Hey guys, here's your guys' homework on simplifying square roots. So, let's begin. So we have to make a prime factorization tree, which means we gotta factor this all the way down. So, I'll start off with 2 and 48, and then factors of 48, 6 and 8, factors of 6, 3 and 2, factors of 4, 4 and 2, and factors of 4, 2 and 2. So I'm going to circle the pairs. So we have a pair of 2's right there. We got a pair of 2's right there. And we got these two that did not find a pair, right? So we got a 2 and we got a 3. So when you guys simplify square roots, the pairs that the leftovers we found go on the inside, so the 2 times the 3. And then the pairs, you guys, which was 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, this 2 represents the one pair of 2's. And this one also represents the other pair of 2's. And remember, it's only one because the 2 times 2, which is 4, square root of 4 is just 1, 2. And then 2 times 2 is 4, square root of 4, you guys, is just 1, 2. Alright, so 2 times 2 is 4, square root, 2 times 3, 6. Number 2, make your prime factorization tree. So 216 divided by 4. Remember, you guys, you could do this many ways. Factors of 4 is 2 and 2. Factors of 54 is 6 and 9. And factors of 6 is 3 and 2. Factors of 9 is 3 and 3. Identify our pairs. So we got a pair there and a pair there. Leftover, leftover. So when we guys simplify, you put the leftovers on the inside of the square root. So 3 and 2. And the pairs, you guys, we found a pair is 3, so that goes on the outside. The pair of 2 goes on the outside as well. So 2 times 3 is 6. Square root, 3 times 2, 6. 6, square root of 6. Number 3, factors of 98, 2 and 49. Factors of 49, 7, 7. Pairs, leftovers, which means no pairs. So when you guys simplify, the leftover goes on the inside, the pair goes on the outside. So 7 square root of 2. 4, we got 2 and 9, and then 3 and 3. Found a pair of 3's and a leftover of a 2. So the leftover goes on the inside of the square root, you guys, and the pairs, the 3 goes on the outside. 3 square root of 2. 5, 8 and 9, 3 and 3, 4 and 2, and 2 and 2. Circle your pairs. So we got a pair of 2's, and we got a pair of 3's. We got a 1 leftover of a 2. So the leftover of 2 goes on the inside of your guys' square root, and we're going to write our pairs. So we found a pair of 3's, right? So you write 1, 3, and a pair of 2's, so you only write 1, 2. 2 times 3 is 6, square root 2. Now, 144, you guys, that goes into 12 and 12. 4 and 3. 4 times 3 is 12, right? Factors of 4, 2 and 2, 2 and 2. Identify your pairs. Pairs of 2's, and a pair of 3's, right? So notice there are no leftovers, right? Which means all of these numbers go on the outside. This represents the pair of 2's, this represents the other pair of 2's, and this represents the pair of 3's. 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. Now what's unique about that, you guys, is the square root of 144, that's a perfect square, and it's 12. So even if you guys don't identify your perfect squares, with this method, you'll see that it just eventually leads to the same answer. Alright, factors of 45, 9 and 5. Factors of 9, 3 and 3. Found our pairs. Leftover. Leftover goes on the inside, which is 5. The pair of 3's goes on the outside. 3 square root of 5. Alright. 5 factors of 175. 5 and 37. Is that right? 5 and 37? Nope, that is not right. 5 and 35. Alright, factors of 35, 5 and 7. Pairs. Leftover. So, square root of 7, because that's the leftover, and 5, because that's the pair. Leftovers on the inside, pairs on the outside. Alright, a factor of 343, you guys, is 7 and 49. And factors of 49 are 7 and 7. Found a pair of 7s. So, and a leftover of 7. So leftover goes on the inside, and the pairs of 7s, you guys, go on the outside. 7, square root of 7. 10. So factor out. So we got 4 and 3. Factor out 4, 2 and 2. Found a pair of 2s, leftover of 3. Leftover goes on the inside, so 3. The pair goes on the outside, 2. 2 square root of 3. This one, so we have a number on the outside, which is no worries because we'll just multiply our numbers later by this outside number. So factors of 96, 2 and 48. Factors of 48, 6 and 8. Factors of 6, 2 and 3. Factors of 8, 2 and 2. Nope. 2 and 4. Factors of 4, 2 and 2. Identify our pairs. We got a pair of 2s, leftover of 3, leftover of 2. So when you guys make your square root, right, do not forget your 10 that you had originally, right? So leftover of a 3 and a leftover of a 2, right? We had one pair of 2, and we had another pair of 2's. So 2 times 2 times 10, you guys, is 40. Square root, 3 times 2, 6. 40 square root of 6. Right, 12. 5 factors of 245. 5 and 49. Factors of 49, 7 and 7. Found a pairs of 7s, leftover of 5. So we got, don't forget your 9, right? Leftover of 5, and the 7, we found a pair. 7 times 9, 63 square root of 5. So, there is that first half. Now here's your guys' second half. Okay, so remember, outside times outside and inside times inside. So both of these are inside the square root, right? So square root of 25. And if you guys did not know, the square root of 25, right, is just 5. Now, if you want to factor this out, right, you will notice that you found a pair only, right, which would just give you guys a 5. 14. They're both inside the square root, right? So square root of 20. So factors of 20, 4 and 5. Oop. Four and 5. Factors of 4, 2 and 2. We found a pair. So, and a leftover. The leftover goes on the inside, the pair goes on the outside. 2 square root of 5. 15. Alright, square root of 8 times square root of 8. They're both on the inside of the square root, right? So that's square root of 64. And square root of 64, you guys, is a perfect square, which is just 8. And if you need to see it to believe it, 8 and 8, right? 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 2. Pair of 2s, pair of 2s, pair of 2s, which is 2 times 2 times 2, which would give you guys 8. 16. They are both inside the square root, right? So square root of 20 times 10, you guys, is 200. Factor 2 and 100, 10 and 10, factors of 10, 5 and 2, factors of 10, 5 and 2. So we found a pair of 5s, right, and a pair of 2s. Leftover, 2. So leftover goes on the inside, which is 2. The pairs, one pair of 2s, right, and we found a pair of 5s. 5 times 2, 10, square root of 2. Alright, square root of 3 times square root of 3. They're both on the inside, so that's just the square root of 9. And then square root of 9, you guys, is 3. That's a perfect square, right? And if you guys need more, only a pair of 3s. 18, square root of 5 times square root of 12. So they're both on the inside, so square root of 60. Factor, 6 and 10. Factors of 6, 3 and 2. Factors of 10, 2 and 5. We found a pair of 2s, and leftover of a 3 and a leftover of 5, right? So square root of 3 times 5 are the leftovers, right? And we found a pair of 2s. 2 square root of 15. Alright, so this is a first problem where you guys have an outside number and inside, right? So this is really a 1, right? So 2 times 1 is 2, square root, 2 times 12, you guys, 24. Factor 24, 6 and 4, 2 and 2, 3 and 2. Found a pair of 2s, right? And leftover of a 3 and leftover of a 2. So, square root of, don't forget our original 2 that we had on the outside, right? Leftover of a 3 and a leftover of a 2. We found a pair of 2s, so we're going to put a 2 right there from that one. 2 times 2 is 4. Square root of 3 times 2, 6. 4, square root of 6. And the last problem, there's really a coefficient of 1 right there, right, you guys? So outside times outside, 2 times 1 is 2. Inside times inside, 2 times 5 is 10. So, this one's interesting. You guys notice there is no pairs, right? There are no pairs, which means that this is as simplified as it gets. 2 square root of 10, because there is no pairs, right? Alright, so hopefully that was good practice for you guys, and good luck, okay? Peace.